We shall do know what we do in this session, right? Yes! Painting, printing, and recycling! Yes, so today is another wonderful recreation activity. So we are recreating something today. You wonder what I'm doing with the scissors, right? Yeah, sure, I'm not going to cut myself. It's for what we're doing today. So, there was this bride who said she wanted something unusual. She wanted a footwear that is not commonly used for a white bridal gown. So she said she wanted something flat because she couldn't use a high heel. And then we decided that, okay, what can we do? Well, she gave us a board. She said she wanted it a Lacy footwear. So, are you eager to see what we made? Are you eager to see what that footwear turned out to be? Okay, let's create. Get your footwear, old or new. Cutter, plier, and then we have B6000 adhesive. Is a type of adhesive, very strong. We have the scissors and our lace trimmings. So we are using white because it's actually for a bride. And then we have the ribbon. So prepare your footwear. If it's an old footwear, you need cleaning, please do the cleaning. If it's a new one, remove the whatever is packed in it, and then get ready to lace it. Okay, so start planning on how you want to lace your footwear. Now for this one, I have this lace trimmings with some beautiful flowers on it. So it has sort of like a it's like leaves, and then it has flowers at some point. So I decided to have the flower on one side at the front of the footwear. So you plan, you check how you want to lay the lace, and then you start to cut. So I use dustless chalk to mark wherever I want to work. So you can use the challenge with using pencil is that you might not be able to take it off when you're done, but for the chalk I'm able to dust it off, or just use a damp cloth to clean it when I'm done. So after marking my point where I want to lace, you then apply the adhesive. You apply the adhesive gently. You can see the way it's being applied. You apply it gently. Make sure when you're done, make sure you cover your adhesive. So put it on the side and allow it to dry a bit. We call it leather dry. So it dries a bit, and then you start fixing the lace. So fix gently, fix on the right spot, and apply pressure definitely to make it fix well. So now when you're done fixing the lace, you will notice some edges would be without glue. Apply the glue, and then you fix properly. Now for the sole area, you can use a flat object or the side of a scissors to press it to the edges so that it gets stuck to the sole. It's not that we're making a shoe from the beginning, the footwear from the beginning. We're just designing the footwear that has been made. So it's not that we can pull the lace material under the leather to then fix the sole to it. But this time there is a creative way you can do it by making sure that you stick it properly to the sole. Okay, now so you start fixing the other lace because it has to go around. So you keep fixing it, you keep applying the glue, you mark, you glue, you mark, you glue. So when you're done with the first footwear, you do the same thing to the second footwear. So you can see the two footwears are done. So now while you leave to dry, because before you can trim off the excesses, you have to leave to dry. So we leave to dry, and then we go to the ankle. So now there is this lace there's the lace that you can tie on the ankle, so like it's in the video. So it's time to fix that. So you've measured the lace, put it around the ankle. If it's yours or you're making it for someone, measure the person's ankle and then cut the lace, and then you cut the ribbon. Now that's what we're using the ribbons for. The ribbons will be fixed to the ends, right and left, so that it will be easy to tie. It will be easy to form a bow, just the way I have just the way I've just done, and also the way it was tied in the first video before the tutorial started. So you cut the ribbon. Make sure your ribbon are the two ribbons are of the same length. So that's the essence of putting the ribbons together. After you've measured the length you want for one, you put it together with the next cutting so that you have the same length. Balance is very, very important in creations. Whatever you're creating, make sure there is balance. So one ribbon is not longer than the other. So after doing that, you then cut the ribbons into two, because a footwear needs two ribbons. So you cut it into two. You cut good, and now after cutting, you then start preparing to glue it to the lace, right and left. Remember, right and left. So now we cut, and then after cutting, we plan to glue it to the lace. Now you can see, you check where you want to glue it to the lace, and then you get your Yayyyyyyy glue. Now Yayyyyyyy is different from B6000. Some people call it UHU. I call it Yayyyyyyy. Now it's a fast drying glue. It dries very fast. So when you apply, you just leave it for like some seconds or a minute to let it dry. Let it dry is to slightly get dried, just a little bit, and then you fix. So it's just like B6000 too, but the difference is that B6000 can still take water for a long time, and then Yayyyyyyy, when water gets too much, it might start wearing out. So now, just as it's been done in the video, you cut off the excess. Now the footwear is dry, so you cut off the extra lace under the footwear that's very close to the sole. You cut them off. Now you fix the ribbon to the lace for the ankle. You fix the ribbon, apply little pressure. When you're gluing things, apply pressure. Don't just assume that the moment you put it on it is glued. No. When you've set it, it's on the spot you want, then apply little pressure. Sometimes you even apply a lot of pressure, or you place, if it's something flat, you place something heavy on it to enact pressure for a long time. Okay, so you can see now we want to make the end of the ribbon beautiful. So it's not just like a simple cut. So you cut the diagonal way just to have the fanciful end for the ribbon. Can you see the way it's been done? Just like a V. So you fold the ribbon and then you cut using the slanty line, and then when you cut off, you have the V fancy end of the ribbon. So you do the same for the second one, and the ankle band is ready. Now you can see the two ankle bands are ready, and then the footwear is ready too. Now that's the footwear. Now you can see the back. Now we need where you need to fasten the ankle band, where the ankle band will fasten through, so that as you're walking with the footwear, the band won't go off or get loosened. So you can improvise using the second lace. Remember, I showed two types of lace, so you can even go around the house if you have string like things that goes with the color of the lace you're using. You can improvise using them. You can improvise using ribbon. So I decided to improvise using the ribbon fastened around the pearls on this second trimmings. So get the measurement you want, just like the ballet shoes, there is something at the back, like just slightly like for the ribbon to go through after they put on their ballet shoes. So you measure how high you want it and how wide you want the hole, and then when you're done doing that, you cut. Remember, balance, precision. So you measure with you pick the second ribbon, measure it with this, make sure it's the same thing, and then it's time to glue to the footwear. So remember, let it dry. So you apply the glue. Now, after applying the glue, remember, like I just said, let it dry. So you allow it to let it dry before you fix the ribbons. You allow it to let it dry. Good. So it dries a bit. So you do the same thing for the second footwear, and definitely you'll allow it to dry a bit. Now it's dried a bit, then you fix the ribbons. So remember, gently, because it's tiny. So you fix the ribbon. Now you can use a craft stick to fix the ribbon instead of a scissors like we did here. Now that's a craft stick. So you use that. If you don't have a craft stick, you can use a broomstick or something thin, just to allow you to push it in without you messing up the lace, and also to use to apply pressure on it. So now when you do that, you do the same thing for the second footwear, and bravo, the footwears are ready. Now you can see the holes at the back. Now we're going to try to try the ribbon through it to be sure it fits. So you can see the ribbons definitely can you see? Sure do fit. Good. So you can see just the way the video came up before the tutorials, exactly. So our footwear, our wrist ankle band ready, the footwear ready. You can see how lovely. Now look at the top, look at the sides, look at the front. You can see the mirror design. Now look at the sole, so neat. You would think it was created while the footwear was being produced. So you can do this to any of your shoes, but just pick the appropriate lace. Awesome.
Welcome back. Yes, that was awesome, right? Yes, awesome. In fact, it was a very, very interesting activity. You sure did enjoy it, right? We've actually learned a lot, right? Yes, that's in fact an activity we've not even done before. So we've learned how to use a lacy material to recreate a footwear, a flat footwear, and that. And we also learned the difference between the different adhesives we used, and also the kind of lace that works for a particular footwear. Okay, so before we go, we will display a video here for you to see when the bride was putting on the footwear, the lacy footwear. Yes, a bridal lacy footwear. Okay, so we have it up. Whose footwear do you want to recreate today? Is it yours? Is it mommy's, daddy's, or that your sweet sibling? Sure to try your hands on it, and I'm very sure you're going to warm their hearts. Awesome! So if you've been enjoying my content, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. It's sure to go a long way. It helps to motivate me. It helps to create more awareness on arts. Thank you so much for always being there.